Ever downloaded a budgeting app only to feel like it's budgeting you? I've been there. Monarch Money and Copilot might look like a close call on the surface, but once I tested both of them out, I uncovered some key differences that could either boost your finances or quietly hold you back. And in this Monarch Money versus Copilot comparison, I'll show you what I found using both platforms. Now, whenever I test finance tools or any budgeting software, I don't just poke around the dashboard. I dig through the reviews, especially the ugly ones. Because if something's gonna break, that's usually where we find out, and that's usually where the truth about people's negative experiences will be, right in the 1-star section. I found one Monarch Money review that stuck with me. The guy basically said that the app wouldn't even let him in until he handed over access to all his credit cards. His words were, "You're not allowed to interact with anything until you've fully committed to it." Okay, but Monarch's team did reply. They said there's a free trial and you can explore before paying. And sure, maybe that experience was a glitch or just bad timing. I mean, with any app, stuff happens, but I didn't run into that problem myself. And look, if you're ever unsure about a service and you're using a credit card, worst case scenario, you dispute the charge. But with Monarch, I doubt it would even come to that, because Monarch has actually surprised me with all the positive feedback it gets. I saw a ton of former Mint users flocking to it after Mint shut down, and many of them are calling it the best alternative they've tried. I've also not seen many examples of this happening at all, just this one. And I want to focus on some positive reviews too. One guy mentioned he switched to Monarch after trying out every free option that there was, said that Monarch Money was the only one that gave him that full picture of his finances, and how it felt smooth trying it. Like, he mentioned some minor hiccups reconnecting accounts here and there, but that's not unique to Monarch. Any aggregator will have that from time to time, and otherwise he said his experience was good. There's also this Monarch review from a user who literally said that Monarch is the first finance app that he's been happy to use and actually finds useful. He praises how customizable, thorough, and easy to use the budgeting app is. And I think I have to agree. When I tested it, I wasn't just tracking spending. I was planning, reviewing, and adjusting in a way that felt natural. I didn't feel like the app fought me. It actually helped me navigate and use the tools in multiple occasions. Copilot reviews, on the other hand, were more of a mixed bag. Some love the slick interface, especially if you're on a Mac, but I saw some folks flagging the same complaints. The price is high, there's no way to import old transactions, the categories are kind of clunky, and it doesn't connect to every credit card. And after using both side by side for a couple of weeks, I'd say that's about right. Monarch felt like it had all the core foundations down tight. Copilot felt like it was still figuring things out. Things weren't as tightened down. When I first logged into Monarch Money and started connecting my accounts, everything from checking and savings to my investment platforms and credit cards, everything just worked. I wasn't jumping through hoops. I wasn't second guessing the permissions. It was clear, simple, and honestly pretty satisfying. And once everything was synced, that's where it got really good. Monarch doesn't just show you balance, it gives you this up-to-date view of your entire financial life. I could toggle between budgets, check progress towards my goals, and even look at where my investments accounts all stood, it all just in that one place. And the budgeting, that's where this budget software shines. So you could pick between category-based budgeting or what they call flex budgeting. The category one is straightforward, assign a budget to each expense, and the flex model, that tracks flexible spending overall, which is perfect if your expenses swing month to month like mine sometimes do. I start with categories, but I ended up loving the flex option more because it gave me room to adjust without feeling like I failed just because groceries came in $20 or $50 or $100 over for 1 month. Then there's group budgeting. This is something I didn't think I'd care about until I used it. So instead of micromanaging every little transaction, you can bundle related categories together. So groceries, restaurants, and coffee shops can all roll under a food group. It lets you plan smarter and see where you're leaking cash in different ways. Now compare that to Copilot. Yeah, it does automatic budget creation with some AI magic, and that's kind of cool. I try to see what it'll come up with. Sometimes it tries to predict what you'll spend, which sounds smart, but in practice it felt a little bit more like guessing than planning. Monarch lets me take direct control. Copilot felt like it was trying to guess for me, and sometimes it got it a little bit too wrong. Another game changer in Monarch is the recurring expenses and bills tracker. It scans your sync's accounts and automatically identifies your subscriptions, bills, paychecks, transfers, everything recurring, and it plugs them right into a calendar so you can see what's coming up and when you're going to be paying or getting some money in. No more like, oh, wait, did a Spotify or Netflix just hit again moments? You just automatically know on the calendar. And the investment transaction tracking, still in beta, but it's solid. I flipped the toggle on in settings, and just like that, I had investment transactions flowing into my dashboard. Not just balances, but actual activity too. It made my financial reports more complete, especially when doing cash flow reviews, because I like to be able to see where the totality of my money is flowing in, flowing out. One more thing that might sound small, but actually blew me away is the Monarch Retail Sync extension. If you shop on Amazon like I do, you know how every transaction just shows up as shopping. Not super helpful. So this extension breaks it all down. So if you bought groceries, dog food, and headphones in one Amazon order, it splits and categorizes each item automatically, and that's super helpful. Compare that to Copilot's flashy UI and AI spending forecasts. And yeah, that stuff's nice, but without true depth in features and feels like it's going to my needs. It felt more like, I think, a visual tracker than a full financial planning tool. All right, so what's the catch in this Copilot Money versus Monarch Money review? Because if you've watched this far, you're probably wondering what the downside to Monarch Money is. And yeah, there is one. It's not free. Now, before you roll your eyes, I get it. We've all been trained by years of free apps that monetize your data or slap on ads until your dashboard looks like a billboard. But with Monarch, the price actually makes sense here. You're paying for a clean experience, privacy, and real features that work. And in my experience, you end up saving more money because the app keeps you organized and prevents you from overspending, lets you plan more of your financial future, and has you looking at more of your finance in depth than otherwise. Also, Monarch Personal Finance app isn't the cheapest budgeting app out there. It's not going to be even trying to do that. It's built for people who want a smarter way to manage their money, not just a prettier way to look at their transactions come in. And here's what I found. It's priced reasonably for what it delivers. That said, check the link in the description for their most up-to-date pricing plan and any available discounts lined up for you. If you're comparing Monarch Money versus Copilot purely on price, Copilot might seem more affordable at first, but based on features, ease of use, and what you actually get out of it, I'll stick to Monarch. So here's my honest take in this Monarch versus Copilot Money debate. After using both, it's no doubt that Copilot is good, but Monarch is the one that actually helped me stay on track, plan ahead, and feel like I was making real progress. If you're serious about taking control of your money, not just tracking it, I think Monarch is the move. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.